Fan Central Pitside, brought to you by Edgechem, AIM Financial Corporation, Texaco, and Connex.
Get Sagicor School Companion Health Plan for as little as $2,540 per month. The time by Sagicor Life is
7 o'clock.
CVM News at 7 headlines Tuesday, courtesy of Heart NSTA Trust, Jamaica's Human Development Agency.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, Prime Minister Holness makes historic visit to India. 4 MOUs signed. Opposition walks out following blocked motion on Prime Minister's finances. And Northeast St. Anne remains a JLP stronghold.
Also this evening, PNP dissuades supporters from voting in Northeast St. Anne by-election. In the business report, automation and Jamaican ports. And in sports, Cricket West Indies appoints new chief. From Kingston, Jamaica, this is CVM News at 7. I'm Stephen McHugh.
And I'm Carolyn Brown. It's the start of a new month. October it is. Tuesday, the first day of 2024. Thanks so much for joining us. In a landmark visit that seeks to strengthen ties between Jamaica and India, Prime Minister Andrew Holness arrived in the South Asian country this week for a 4-day trip.
CVM News has more on the symbolic trip from our reporter, Britannia Witter.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness made his inaugural visit to India on Monday, marking a significant step in strengthening bilateral relations between Jamaica and India. The highlight of his trip was meeting with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, leading to the signing of 4 Memorandum of Understanding agreements aimed at enhancing cooperation in various sectors.
The exchange of Memorandum of Understanding on the Cultural Exchange Program between the Government of Republic of India and the Government of Jamaica for the years 2024-2029. This will be exchanged on the Jamaican side by Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, on the Indian side by Shri Pankaj Chaudhary, Minister of State, Minister of Finance.
Both Holness and Modi discussed their intentions for partnership in India's capital city, New Delhi, as the agreements were signed to foster collaboration in areas such as trade and investment, cultural exchange, sports, and technological transfer. Prime Minister Holness emphasized the importance of digital innovation, citing that Jamaica will aim to follow in India's footsteps as it tries to be more progressive.
As India positions itself as the knowledge capital of the world, we recognize the remarkable strides made by your government in STEM education and digitalization. We therefore look forward to learn from India as a beacon of technological advancement in the global south, as the government of Jamaica seeks to equip itself and its people with the relevant skills to navigate this changing and dynamic world.
Dr. Holness has been accompanied by the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, and Minister with responsibility for information, skills, and digital transformation, Senator Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon. His 4-day visit will conclude on Thursday, October 3. Britannia Witter, CVM News.
Back home, a clash over the Prime Minister's statutory declarations today led to another walkout, this time on the other side of the aisle, as Deputy House Speaker Heroy Clark blocked a motion advanced by the opposition side. The government hit back, accusing the Bart Golding-led opposition of politicking. Ramon Gordon has the details.
They are probably downstairs right now trying to utilize the media to make it appear that we don't want a motion. What we don't want is for you to interfere in court proceedings and cause the integrity of those proceedings to be damaged or destroyed.
Parliament today saw yet another walkout, the second in recent months, this time from the opposition. The protest followed a ruling by Deputy House Speaker Heroy Clark, who blocked opposition leader Mark Golding from tabling a motion regarding Prime Minister Andrew Holness's statutory declarations.
Whereas the Prime Minister did not inform the people of Jamaica that he was being investigated by the integrity.
Please.
Permit yourself to use your ears and not only your mouth. If it is that the member intends to travel down a road that is going to breach the standing orders in raising matters, let me just say it before, that are sub judice, hold on, I'm just telling you, that cannot be accommodated in this House.
It's understood that Prime Minister Andrew Holness plans to sue the Integrity Commission over its handling of the controversial report on his finances. Parliament confirmed today that the matter is now before the court. That explanation left the opposition dissatisfied.
Not because you're a member. What this motion engages is simply a matter.
We are not
of a breach
member.
Of the
We are
code
not.
of conduct.
We are not
by the Prime Minister. That is not a matter.
No, is there a signed private member's motion before the House?
A private member's motion came during the sitting of the House.
Is it signed?
It was signed during the sitting of the House by the member making the motion.
But it was signed during the sitting of the House. But convention is, any such motion must be sent to the clerk of the House 2 days before. And the gentleman across there, who's supposed to be the leader of that side, always mention every day, convention. And you want to breach that list today?
House Speaker Juliet Holness notably left her chair before the opposition leader delivered his remarks. She returned shortly after the opposition staged their walkout.
I was coming back to tell them I'd gone out because I was just completing my review so that they could go ahead and debate if they so choose. However, even though they heard as much, they continued to walk out.
Ramon Gordon for CVM News.
Now, following the opposition's walkout of Parliament, the party president Mark Golding and members of the PNP took to the sidewalks of Duke Street in downtown Kingston to continue his declaration of the private member's motion, which he was unable to table in the House of Representatives. The motion, which cites a breach of the Ministerial Code of Conduct established in 2002, mandates transparency and ethical standards from members of the cabinet. The opposition leader condemns the Prime Minister for what he describes as failure to disclose his investigation by the Integrity Commission. Golding claims the head of government undermined the democratic principles and showed no accountability.
And whereas the Prime Minister did not inform the people of Jamaica that he was being investigated by the Integrity Commission from as far back as August 2023 for illicit enrichment, and whereas the concealment of this information by the Prime Minister is a breach of the Ministerial Code of Conduct that guided the Prime Minister in removing from office ministers serving in the cabinet over which he presided, and whereas the annual reports of the Integrity Commission for 22-23 and for 23-24 stated that several members of Parliament, initially 6 and then 8, were under investigation for illicit enrichment, but none had come forward to disclose that he or she was under investigation. And whereas the Integrity Commission's investigation report on the 17th September 2024 tabled in Parliament named the Prime Minister as being under investigation for illicit enrichment. And whereas the Prime Minister, as Chairman of Cabinet, instructed members of Cabinet not to divulge the name of any member under investigation for illicit enrichment, contrary to the spirit of the Ministerial Code of Conduct. And whereas the actions of the Prime Minister have caused and continue to cause severe damage to the trust necessary for good order and respect for public office, be it resolved that this Honourable House condemns the Prime Minister for not maintaining ethical standards of transparency and openness in government. Secondly, censures the Prime Minister for his acts of covering up and concealment of the names, including his own, of those members of the Cabinet and or Parliament of which he was and may still be aware, but has kept them in positions of influence in the Cabinet with the effect of further undermining public trust in the institutions of government.
The North East St. Anne by-election is now history, and the new Member of Parliament has been chosen after defeating two independent candidates. During post-celebrations on Monday night, the new MP greeted his supporters and shared plans for the constituency, vowing also to continue his party's legacy. Here's more from Trisha Gay Kelly.
The ballots are in and the results are final. The North East St. Anne seat remains in the hands of the Jamaica Labour Party, JLP. 4 years, former Member of Parliament Shahini Robinson served the constituency, but when she died, Marcia Smith took the seat until she resigned in September. At that point, Senator Matthew Samuda stepped in to fill the seat, and according to him, he'll be putting his best foot forward.
As an MP, be assured I'll be in the office on Friday morning at 8 a.m. I'll still be in the office on Friday evening at 8 p.m. because I have a legacy to build on top of Muma Shahini, because we are not going to leave the honey.
However, the newly appointed MP is asking his constituents for assistance with fulfilling the legacy Robinson left behind.
The one thing I beg you is support me to work with JLP, PNP, no P, never compete, because we have to be the government for every P, because it is Jamaica, land we know.
In the process, Samuda bashed the opposition for alleged mishandling of the country's resources. He did not mention his fellow competitors in Monday's by-election, but one independent candidate did speak on Samuda's victory. David Fritz Anderson says though he did not win the seat, he won in other ways.
In terms of getting a message across, I think I've gotten somewhat getting a message across to some people, right? It may not be the masses, because of various challenges. A victory is a victory, and I'm not trying to debate the fact that I may have not come out, a victor in the sense of numbers, but I think I was victorious in getting the message across to some amount of people.
The JLP secured a landslide victory with 95% of votes. That's 4,838 votes, while Anderson copped 4% with 222 votes. United Independence Congress Representative Chase Neal received just 1% with 30 votes. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
I have more CVM news to come right after this.
CVM News at 7 headlines Tuesday, courtesy of Heart NSTA Trust, Jamaica's Human Development Agency.
Crunch your craving with the new KFC Crunchy Box for only $850. KFC, it's finger licking good.
Papa Jesus, insurance gone up again? Gotta go faster. It gas our insurance.
Driver, let's go.
Do you really want to stick with the same old insurer? For the first time in Jamaica, taxis, minibuses, coasters, whatever you drive, MIBinsure.com will find you an insurer who will slash your premium by up to 60%. They all claim to save you money, but only MIB Insure actually can. Switch to MIBinsure.com today and save serious money.
Make a move now. Hi everyone, my name is Kurt Dunn.
Greetings from Kali's Kelly Yoga.
Hey, it's Travel Morrison, and I am your National Physical Activity Specialist. And it's time to make a move.
Jamaica, let's get moving again. Season 2 of the Ministry of Health and Wellness Jamaica Move series is here. Join us Wednesdays at 5 a.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on CVM TV. Let's get moving.
Make a move now.
CVM News at 7 Tuesday, brought to you by KFC.
Crunch your craving with the new KFC Crunchy Box for only $850. KFC.
Welcome back. Still on the by-election, at least one independent candidate is expressing disappointment with the People's National Party after the party sent reminders to supporters not to vote in Monday's by-election. Though the candidate failed to secure the seat, he believes the results could have been better. Here again is Trisha Gay Kelly.
There was not much excitement featured in the Northeast St. Ann by-election on Monday, as the day had a low voter turnout, with mostly Jamaica Labour Party supporters out in their numbers. For the independent candidates, their support was as scattered as the showers the area received Monday afternoon. One of the independent candidates believes his support could have been bolstered if there was no interference. Though the People's National Party PNP had made it clear some time ago that it would not be contesting the seat, it seems the party was also discouraging supporters from voting for others on the day of the by-election. The following is a part of a message MP caretaker for the constituency, Dr. Ryan Simpson, sent Monday morning, reminding the party faithful not to indulge in the day's activities.
The PNP is not contesting, therefore we're not expecting our PNP voters to go out there. I'm sending out this reminder again. I hope the cluster managers informed their indoor agents who were not present at the meeting on Saturday night that that's the decision that we have taken and that's what we're following.
While his advice was well received by some supporters, there were others who still turned up to the polls. To Norma, voting didn't mean disregarding her party, instead presenting a chance to dismantle the opponent's chance of winning by all means possible.
They will want to elevate them outside the right system completely. So PNP should have come out come vote to Mr. Anderson. If they want to follow with them, bigger as I say, and not vote for Mr. Anderson. I'm sorry for them when the day when the general call. Because I can stay down same way.
The audio recording even fell on independent candidate David Fritz Anderson's ears. He was not pleased that the PNP was dissuading supporters from voting at all, suggesting it contributed to his loss.
If I could fill all my PDs with enough workers, which is 145, 146, right? And having people coming in and vote, the result would have been different, right? So when you go that low to tell people not to work for me or not to vote for me, it's like you're restricting the people's democratic rights. You understand? And what I blame the people about.
In the end, Anderson pulled just over 200 votes, or 4% of the over 5,000 voters who turned up on Monday. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
An investigation into a mass shooting in Westmoreland is now underway. Reports are one of the men involved in the gun attack was also shot and killed by his accomplices. Here again is Trisha Gay Kelly with the details.
The bloodbath from the mass shooting in New Roads, Westmoreland became more visible to the residents by sunrise Tuesday. Evidences of the terror, the stained walls, broken glass bottles left behind from what was supposed to be fun-filled Instagram Mondays at the Instagram Lounge. Police explained shortly after 10 o'clock, 4 armed men traveling in a Toyota Corolla Fielder drove up at the lounge and opened fire. It's understood that during the attack, a man identified only as Future, who was said to have been one of the men who carried out the attack, was shot and killed by his cronies shortly after exiting the motor car. 3 other persons died from their wounds. Damian Baker, 41 years old, O'Dane Scott, otherwise called Moses, and Rocky Lawrence, all of a New Roads address. Meanwhile, among the injured, Jodian Spencer, a 35-year-old bartender of Portmore, St. Catherine, Diana Wilkes, 23, also a bartender of Old Harbour, St. Catherine, 52-year-old Dave Campbell, a laborer, and Devon Price, a 60-year-old farmer. They were transported by citizens to hospital where they were admitted in critical but stable condition. According to the police, the gunmen fled the scene in the direction of Bethel Town. Operations Officer for the area, DSP Sean J. Mitchell, is reminding citizens to avoid hosting these parties he deemed as illegal, noting that these events are normally prone to mass shootings.
Any event that is being held at a spirit licensed premises must be approved by the police because it's a mass gathering And over a period of time, when we have these unfortunate mass shooting events, the events are normally, mass shooting incidents, they are normally at unregulated events, unpermitted events.
Some residents, still shell-shocked from the incident, say this one has rocked the often quiet farming community, with one man left wondering what's next.
A peaceful community still, you know. I just event like this happen right after, so that's why I need to see it. Nothing like this never happen right now. Everybody I wonder what next. Nobody never expect a thing like that. You just get up and you
The police have amplified investigations into the attack, with only questions over Future's involvement. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
And we'll continue with our business report in a moment.
Did you know that the Bureau of Standards Jamaica, or BSJ as we are known, has been serving and helping Jamaican businesses to grow for over 54 years, now testing over 57,000 products annually? The BSJ develops and promotes standards for products consumers see and use every day. We stand tall as your quality assurance partner, testing a range of products including foods, construction materials, petroleum products, packaging material, cosmetics, paints, and pharmaceuticals. Did you know that the BSJ has over 20 labs in Kingston that conduct these tests, operating at the highest international standards, giving you the speed to take your products from the lab to market, driving your business growth with 100% confidence.
Crunch your craving with the new KFC Crunchy Box for only $850. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Father, what you doing again?
Writing the opera Isaiah.
Isaiah?
Jamaican opera, master.
Jamaican opera?
Yes. It's about the greatest of prophets.
When is it going to be?
5th and 6th of October.
One
weekend only.
Where can I get my ticket?
You have to check social media, master.
Social media?
Social media.
But father, you got high-tech, man.
Yeah, man.
Isaiah, October 5 and 6 at the National Arena. 1 weekend only. Don't you miss it.
Welcome back. We now have the Business Report with Joel Crosskill.
Lots to share with you in the business report today. Unable to avert strike action by over 45,000 U.S. dock workers who are insisting on a significant wage increase, as well as the abandonment of automation plans for the ports. The business report wonders if a cargo crisis could be loading for the Caribbean and Jamaica. Sidney Thwaites, President, Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, JMEA, foresees some impact on the local market.
The ILA dock worker strike that started in the U.S. today means that all the U.S. East Coast and Gulf Coast container ports are shut down until further notice. We don't know how long the strike will last. The suggestion is that it's expected to last 1 to 2 weeks, but that the backlog and congestion that it will create will last significantly longer than that. We were already in an environment where the landscape of freight landscape in the region was challenged. We've seen congestion both in the port of Kingston and in other ports in the region. And this is certainly going to make that significantly worse.
Mr. Thwaites adds that any business that relies on raw materials coming out of those ports or who export to those ports will now be unable to do so or face increased costs to ship to other ports or use air freight. He admitted to concerns surrounding its potential impact on the thinking of the central bank should the strike action be prolonged.
We've already seen inflation uptick a little bit because of Hurricane Beryl. And like I said, this has the potential to have some inflationary impact depending on how long it lasts. And our hope is that that does not change the outlook on future interest rate drops by the BOJ.
Kingston Freeport Terminal Limited, KFTL, one of the region's leading container transshipment ports with 3 terminals with a rated capacity of 2.8 million TEU and plans for expansion, were among the first to issue a statement to bring its customers up to speed on the developments out of the east and Gulf coasts of the United States, with the company implementing measures to avoid accepting additional cargo bound for the U.S., a decision aimed at preventing congestion and preserving operational efficiency. However, the scale of the disruption will largely depend on the length of the strike. However, acknowledging port workers' concerns relating to the automation of port operations, the business report was grateful to receive a perspective on the issues from
Jędrzej Mierzewski, CEO of Kingston Freeport Terminal.
As it relates to Jamaica's own aspirations in that regard.
First of all, it is important to emphasize that automation does not exist for its own sake. Its purpose is to deliver specific benefits, such as cost reduction and increased efficiency. However, automation cannot be implemented in unprepared environment. Everyone involved must be ready for it. At the moment, we are not fully prepared, so we are not thinking about full automation right now. However, of course, we are interested in certain elements of automation. I'm talking about such elements that will increase work safety, such as anti-collision system, improving working conditions, such as support for our heavy equipment operators, or optimize equipment utilization and work planning.
The KFTL CEO says that workers and by extension the customers of the company are currently benefiting from some of those advances.
We are already introducing such elements, but it is not what American dockers are fighting for. They are fighting to stop full automation, which will lead to job cuts. We at KFTL are still hiring and will continue to hire employees because we are expecting a record transshipment this year.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.
Thanks, Joel, and we take you to the break with the market summary.
I go show them my way of justice.
I'm abused.
I need legal advice. I don't deserve this.
The truth of the matter is, justice there for all of it. The Ministry of Justice has trained more than 5,600 persons in restorative justice practices. More than 200,000 victims have been supported by the victim services. Legal aid has reached thousands island-wide. Make we talk it out, not fight it out. Call 888 Justice today.
We a big deal when we touch the ground, yeah. A KFC when we pulling up. Anything for the taste of a KFC, big deal. The time by KFC is
loving the flavors you get with Tetley, loving the flavors you get with Tetley.
Dark and strong British blend for a morning boost. Tetley decaf with antioxidants and no caffeine. Tetley green tea to help you lose weight and keep healthy. Tetley super teas packed with vitamins and chamomile to calm you down. Tetley, a tea for everyone.
Loving the flavors you get with Tetley, a tea for everyone.
Distributed by Single Group Limited.
Welcome back. Are you wondering what people are talking about on social media? Let's find out.
So, what's trending in our local social media spaces? World-class sprinter Johan Blake is embarking on a new adventure. He announced on his Instagram the grand opening of his restaurant in Florida, which will be on October 8th. Here are some of your reactions. At Nordiandra says, may your doors be flooded with customers. Heartiest of congratulations to you. At Our Love writes, congratulations, y'all should turn out in numbers if you can. They give us so much on the track and we barely gave back much. At Shan Amira writes, say what you want about Johan, but he's always moving, always taking chances. At Cleone McFarlane comments, congratulations, Johan, wishing for your business an overflow of support. At I Want You Badly posts, we're in Florida. I hope not Tampa, LOL. At Passport Prince adds, we all need to support our brother and fellow Jamaican. No ifs, no buts. At Lorraine Thompson writes, congratulations. As a Jamaican, I give you props. Blessings on your big move. And that's what's trending online today. After you guys finish sprinting to the restaurant, remember to share your thoughts with us on X at CVM TV and CVM_television on Instagram. I'm Courtney Lewis.
A look overseas now with regional and international news.
We begin with news in the region. The Turks and Caicos Police Commissioner and Governor say that ongoing and targeted criminal activity has resulted in one of the highest murder rates in the world. We hear more from One Caribbean News.
Police Commissioner Edwin Martin says ballistics have exposed that a small faction is responsible for the shootings and figures are too high for the police to cut crime alone.
Of the 930 crimes we have identified, 784 are assigned to Provo. 110 of those are associated with Grand Turk. Again, I say to you, we need your help, members of the public.
The commissioner says he needs more manpower, more precincts, and more marine assets. He announced the coming of a mobile police station scheduled for a mid-October arrival. These efforts have been approved already by the lead on national security for the islands, the governor.
What we are facing is complex. It is an evolving threat, and there is no easy solution. As the Commissioner has outlined, what we are not seeking to do is some form of heroic policing and throwing resource or quick searches to try and drive a change.
Barbados and the region have been told states cannot be mere onlookers as technology advances. The Caribbean Telecommunication Union wants them to be active